We're all very familiar with that famous story of the tortoise and the hare. And in the massively popular segment that is the BUV, Bakkie Utility Vehicle, because let's be honest, they were never SUVs, were they? They were just bakkies with seats and a roof. Be that as it may, this segment is massively popular. The hares being Toyota's Fortuner and Ford's Everest. Mitsubishi really have been slow bringing the new second generation Pajero Sport to the market, but we do know how that story ends. So for Mitsubishi and the Pajero Sport, they're hoping that just because they were last off the line, we'll still see them winning at the finish post. So of course the Pajero Sport has the new Mitsubishi family face, which I really like, and they've maintained that rugged appeal. I love the flared wheel arches, but what is going to divide opinion is this rear end styling. Where their main competitor has gone slant eye, they've gone with the vertical lights. Love it or hate it, it's going to get you talking about it. But where they do have a distinct advantage over their competitor, full spare, third row folded forward without having stupid seats in the way. I've got 810 litres of usable space. Flip the second row forward, 1,250 litres. That is cavernous. You don't need eyes to see, you need vision. Can't believe Toyota didn't get that right. I've never been a massive fan of these bakkies converted to SUVs, purely because the ride quality is just such a compromise. But having said that, the recent generations have worked so hard at reworking the rear suspensions that they've managed now to create a vehicle with that rugged off-road capability, but come as close as possible to an SUV on-road like quality. And it's no different in the Pajero Sport. Really comfortable. This car was launched recently at the SA Festival of Motoring. We've spent time with it on the highways and on gravel roads like this, and it is super refined. Gone is that choppy bakkie feel, and I think being a passenger sitting in the rear, it's not going to be an uncomfortable experience. But they have retained in this, the 4x4 version that we in, that off-road rugged appeal. It is still capable of going anywhere. It comes with an uprated Super Select 2 rotary dial. I can switch my modes on the fly up to a speed of 100 k's an hour. So I've got, at the moment, driving in 2 high, rear wheel drive, 4 high, and obviously I can go into low range. It's also got a lockable rear diff, which is good to go with that low range. It's got hill descent, but for the first time ever, the little off-road mode select button, which simply takes the torsion limited slip diff and optimizes it depending on the terrain that you select. So you can choose gravel, you can choose rock, you can choose sand or snow, and it brings out the best, monitoring the grip levels and the slip ratios on each of the individual wheels. So irrespective of how rugged and capable they are off-road, let's be fair, 90% of the time the Pajero Sport is going to be doing the school run or the work commute, and you can see that from the uprated styling and certainly from the quality interior. It is luxury. Very tough to find fault, but I do have one little bugbear. You've given me everything spec wise, but to not have auto up and down on the windows is a little bit frustrating. The Pajero Sport comes with only one engine derivative, and it's one we know well because it does duty in the Mitsubishi Triton, the 2.4 litre turbo diesel, 133 kilowatts, 430 newton meters. It is plenty. But you know what the real big deal here is? The old version had a 5-speed auto box. This has an all-new 8-speed transmission, and it works flippin' well. It is super smooth, and I think using this car from a daily application point of view, driving to work, it really brings out the best of that engine. With smooth changes, it's really refined. So being the tortoise in the segment means that Mitsubishi have probably already lost a lot of potential customers to Toyota Fortuner and the Ford Everest. Those competitors also offer lower spec but a cheaper entry point into the segment. But if you haven't committed and this is a vehicle that appeals to you, let me tell you where they've been very strategic. There's only one specification level, and that is full spec. with as much kit in as possible. And you can have that either in a 4x2 or a 4x4. Now it gets interesting. Compare this car with all the kit, with the output of that engine, the 2.4 diesel, and then look at the competitors and you realize how strategic they've been in pricing, because then they are significantly cheaper, probably about 40 to 50,000 Rand in actual fact. With a 3-year 100,000 kilometer warranty and a 5-year 90,000 kilometer service plan, the 4x2 is coming away at 570,000 Rand. The 4x4 with that switch on the fly and unbelievable off-road capability, just 600,000 Rand. I can hear the tortoise going, heh heh heh.